Hey guys, so welcome back in my stream. So today we're reading that book. It's called Crunch Time. So this is the last adventure that I read. So in my last stream, I read back to you. Now it's time to read Chapter 1. On the trail, Nook was at the controls of the Excelsior. Where are my parents? He said, his voice strained with emotion. Where have they gone? The king and queen had escaped from Badlaw's ship and were now missing. Only they knew where the fifth fragment could be found. Don't worry, Cat said gently. We'll find them. How? Nook asked. Max looked thoughtful. They took one of Badlaw's ships, didn't they? Maybe we can trace them, Cat. Can you scan the area of heat signals? So as you see this, so look at that. Moments later, the result of the scan showed up on Cat's screen and walked over to take a look. Three trails like spiders' silk weaved away from Planet Axis, where Badlaw's ship was stationed. There three hit signals, and said one of them must have been left by your parents, Nook. Cat pointed to the faintest trail. Their ship left some time ago, so the signal will be weak. It could be that one. Nook was worried. One of the trail would lead to his parents. The other two could lead them anywhere. Which one should they follow? Nook knew he had to make a decision. Let's follow the weakest one before it fades, he said finally. He steered the ship out into the vast darkness of space. He'd hoped he made the right choice. Chapter 2. The Cruncher. Cat guided Nook in the direction of the trail. She had to concentrate. The signal was so weak it was hardly there at all. After what seemed like hours, Cat gave a shout. There, she said. The signal ends there. She gasped when she realized what she was looking at. So look at that story. And this. The heat trail led straight into the jaws of a junk cruncher. Its huge metal body filled the screen. It loomed over the Excelsior like a whale beside a goldfish. I'd hoped we'd never see one of those again, Max said miserably. They had met a junk cruncher once before and only just escaped. We've no choice. We had to go in there and find my parents, Nook said, determined. I know, Nook, Max thought a moment. We can't take the ship in there. It's too dangerous. We'll teleport in, and you take over the controls from Nook. So which is like that. So look at this. This is the junk cruncher. So junk crunchers. Junk crunchers are massive garbage ships. They collect junk and take it to intergalactic scrapyards. The magnetic field around the cruncher will trap rubbish. A robotic clog then grabs the rubbish and feeds it into the jaw of the machine. Inhabitants. Non-junk crunchers are automatic. They travel throughout the Beta Prime galaxy and are often found near crash sites. Robot crunching rooms. Inside each junk cruncher are massive crunching rooms. There the metal is squashed into small cubes so that it can easily stacked ready for recycling. So it's like this. So look at this junk cruncher. Max, Cat, Tiger, and Nook made their way to the teleport room. Tiger tapped the controls. Three glowing tubes shimmered around his friends. Be ready to teleport us back, Tiger, said Max. And as he began to disappear, I'll be ready, said Tiger. Blue lights flickered inside the junk cruncher. Seconds later, Max, Cat, and Max, Cat, and Nook appeared. They grew to normal size and looked around. The cruncher was filled with piles of metal waste. Massive robotic arms whirred and clunked as they pick up the metal, sending it down chutes to be crushed. So look at this. So how do you think? Type in comments below. The friends walked cautiously through the junk cruncher. Nook led the way, looking for any sign of his parents and their ship. Cubes of crunched metals were stacked around them. All of a sudden, two green lights flickered the shadows. Nook froze. He was staring into the eyes of the crew. Its body was bashed and cracked, but it was still working. With its arm, run, Nook yelled, as the crew fired a green energy ball at them. So as you see this, they docked. So sorry about that, guys. I was just having my dinner. So sorry, guys. So anyway, let's continue reading. So now, where was I? Oh yes. So in that story, so you see this about where Nook they ducked through a gap in between the cubes of crunched metal. It was dead end. An energy ball blasted against the metal behind them. Stand aside, Nook cried. Power shot from his palms. He lifted several cubes of junk using his power. He moved the cubes across to the gap. They had just come through. The cubes sealed up the gap like a door. A clue, bang! Another energy ball crushed against the makeshift door. That won't hold for long, warned Cat. It's getting too dangerous, Max said. We should teleport back to the ship. What about my parents? Nook asked. We can't just go. He hung his head. He had felt so certain that they would find them in the junk cruncher. Maybe they had followed the wrong trail. So look at this. Cat put her hand on Nook's shoulder. I'm sorry, she said. Nook looked up and wiped his eyes. Then he blinked. Hang on, he said. What's that? He ran across to the far wall, scratched into a flat metal panel. Was hexagon. Inside it was a jagged pattern. As he touched it, the symbol glowed with blue power. It's a clue, Nook said, grinning. My parents must have left it. They were here after all. Bang, bang, bang. The doorway shuddered and shook. The metal cubes shifted. The friends looked fearfully at each other. We have to get out of here now, said Max. You're right, we have to go, Nook said. Max tapped his watch. Tiger, can you teleport us back? The watch hissed with static. Tiger didn't reply. So look at this. Michael burst. We must be too deep inside the junk cruncher to get a signal, Max said worriedly. Tiger can't hear us. We need to get past the crew, Cat said. The makeshift door gave another shudder as more energy balls exploded against it. Metal screeched as the cube shifted. Then there was an almighty crash and the cubes tumbled to the floor. Shrink, Max yelled. They all hit their buttons and shrink. So look at that. The crew burst in, twisting its head from left to right. The giant metal monster towered over the micro friends, but couldn't see them. This way, Max whispered. He ran straight at the crew, right between its legs. Cat and Nook followed close behind. So as you see this. The crew whirred and creaked as it searched for them in vain. Suddenly, one of the junk cruncher's mechanical arms dropped from the ceiling. A large claw picked the crew right off the ground. The crew swayed above them like an angry lampshade. The friends raced back to the way they had come. Max jabbed at his watch. Tiger, come in. A hologram of Tiger appeared. Max, we're getting worried, said Tiger. Teleport us back right now, Max shouted. Stand by, Tiger replied. Glowing tubes of light surrounded Max, Cat, and Nook. Soon enough, the friends were together again on the bridge of the Excelsior. Are we glad to see you? Are we glad to see you? Cried Ant. Did you find the king and queen? Nook shook his head sadly. No, but they left us a clue. It's a symbol for a planet. He described it to others. It must be where they have gone next. So look at this story. Great, said Tiger. Let's go. Seven looked worried. Well, I don't know if we really want to go there, he said. Why? Which planet is it? Seven asked Cat. The planet of bones, he replied. The friends go. So yeah, I'm going to end the stream. So how do you think? So yeah, thank you for watching, joining my stream. Bye.